a lot of decades of just constant war, civil war, fighting, and tribalism. What the basketball team is actually doing right now is creating peace.
We saying top 10, number one still.
Go to the World Cup and shock the world.
You know what it is, that's the beat up in the building. Represent, we out here, SSSB.
If you could share your biggest dream with me, that can be basketball or personal wise. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Rush. Before I get into this episode about the South Sudan basketball team, guess what? I got some good news. I've just created my own basketball community page. I'll be doing monthly giveaways of signed basketball jerseys, shoes, and video games, just to name a few. You can also become a producer of my show and ask your favorite player questions. So if you're interested in signing up, I got a link in the video description below. Filming the South Sudan basketball team has reminded me about the importance of community, family, and most importantly, being proud of who you are and where you're from. Before making this video, I really didn't know much about the history of South Sudan or what these basketball players have been through. I actually found myself getting quite emotional watching this video back, and I'm sure you will too, as you'll soon realize that this is much bigger than basketball. Anyway, enough from my end. I hope you enjoy this episode.
Let's go, Rush!
So South Sudan, well, when it was known as Sudan, and had the longest civil war in Africa. Been going on for a few decades, and the peace was signed in 2005. So that's when we decided to split the country up in two, so it became Sudan and South Sudan. Pretty much since then, there's been a lot of also tribal thing and conflict as well. So it's always been just a lot of decades of just constant war, civil war, fighting, and tribalism. What the basketball team is actually doing right now is creating peace. No one's thinking about tribe. No one's actually thinking about anything else, but rather than just like, we're all South Sudanese, we're united, and then we're here to support these boys. For the first time in history, we're actually now playing in the biggest stage in basketball.
It's finished! Good to see you guys!
And what does it mean for you to represent South Sudan in basketball?
It means the world, not only as an athlete, you know, just if as a human being, whatever you want to do. I think there's levels to things, and you know, the national level, I feel like it's the highest level that you could possibly get in pretty much anything. And to be able to just come over here and be one of the 12s, you know, is huge.
We never thought we'd get the opportunity to do, and to represent our home country at the world stage. It's a blessing, you know, and one we don't take lightly. So looking forward to these warm-up games and then go to the World Cup and shock the world.
You know what it is, that's the beat up in the building. Represent, we out here, SSSB.
There's a strong community here in Australia from South Sudan, and particularly here in Melbourne. So what does that do for the community here to see you guys playing?
It's just positive. Like it's something positive that young kids can look at and be like, you know, I'm from there and these are my people and they're doing this, you know what I mean? And it makes them proud. It makes them feel like they can do it too. So I think the community is going to be great, and it's just going to be exciting for us. Like I said before, come together through the game of basketball and enjoy each other. Like that's really the main idea, I feel.
I go by the name of Flex. What's going on, my people? I see the boys they've been in the field, hustling, working, serving a meal. You saying top 10, we're number one still. So let that sink in. Keep my head above the water and raise the flag. I'm not phased. Come swim with the shark. I'm in a lane that you cannot aim this level of art. You see the black, you see the blue, you see the star. Could never ask to compete. It's who we are. South Sudan, what yay?
I say the ones that I know from Australia, because I grew up with majority of them that are based from Australia, and then over the last couple of weeks, getting to know some of the guys who are from the US as well. I say, yeah, definitely. Everyone came from the refugee camp, because that's certainly how we actually got out of Africa. A lot of those players had the opportunity to actually go back home and actually see their family, as some of them were born outside of South Sudan. So definitely the success of the South Sudanese national team is not only helping just the country, but it's also helping the players and the people as well.
Now, Mango was explaining before about the law dance, Lord. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. What is that exactly? Can you give me a little bit of an insight to what we can expect at the game in terms of this?
It's just a traditional dance, guys and girls, get together, and, kind of go in a circle and play some music and, just vibe out.
And tell me one thing that you're proud about your culture.
Just the togetherness in the community. Like, I feel like everywhere I've ever been in my life, if I see another South Sudanese person, it's easy for me to just go and communicate with them and even ask them for help, regardless of my situation. And just in them knowing you're South Sudanese, it's just like they're gonna show you love. So I feel like that's what I'm most proud about, our togetherness and how much we're willing to help each other.
Just the support from the community. A lot of them don't even know what basketball is, and they don't know what the rules are, what's happening, but it's just the fact that they're proud to be South Sudanese, and they're happy to just see the boys and the national team doing good and be represented at that kind of level.
What's the energy been like amongst all the boys? Because like the fact that you're all together playing basketball.
Our energy has been great. I mean, on the court, it's a very high energy, and off the court, we're just all, getting to know each other. I think, we all come from all different parts of the world, so we all learning a bit about each other and where we come from, and then also learning a bit about, our tribes and all that kind of stuff and how we grew up. So that's also been great. And like, just if you're somebody looking in, you think like we've known each other for so long, but that's just the unity we have and the togetherness.
So who would you say is the go-to player in the South Sudan team?
Oh, man, I don't know. Like I said, training camp's been tough. Everyone's kind of had their moments, but I'd say maybe up until this point, Nunu's probably been our go-to guy. We do have a few new additions as well, which are some, high caliber guys. And I think another guy to watch out for is Dane Jones, Khalik. So he's officially been adopted, and I think he's going to be really good for us.
There's a lot of talent on the squad, NBA, NBL. Who have you learned the most from in this last 1 to 2 weeks while you've been training together?
I think I've learned from everybody, but like I said, we've got some high-level coaches and players. Our coach Royal, coaches in the NBA, and he's Coach Kyrie, Hardy, KD. Some of the best players in the world. And being able to learn from his wisdom has been great. And then on the court, I'm learning from a few of the guys that are in the league, like Wen Ying and Khalik Jones. Just seeing them play, up close and personal it's been a great experience for me, and definitely it's going to help me move forward in my career.
If you could share your biggest dream with me, that can be basketball or personal wise.
Biggest dream, man, getting a stadium in Juba and hosting one of the World Games there, and everyone in the stadium wearing South Sudanese and chanting for us.
It would be just to take care of my family. That's probably my biggest dream, just to be able to take care of my family.
My biggest dreams as of right now is to, be able to just put on that uniform and just go out there and give it 110%, all I got on the court, and, compete. So these next few weeks are definitely going to be me living my dream. So that's definitely an exciting moment.